Mubarak Ramadan to everyone. In this episode, we tackle a problem that involves application of two conservation laws, angular momentum and mechanical energy. How do we determine the angular velocity of a rigid vertical bar that rotates after a collision? Find out in this video lesson. Watch it and learn. The problem is a 500.0 gram bird is flying horizontally at 2.25 meters per second, not paying much attention when it suddenly flies into a stationary vertical bar, hitting it 25.0 centimeters below the top. See the figure below. The bar is uniform, 0.750 meters long, has a mass of 1.50 kilogram, and is hinged at its base. The collision stuns the bird so that it just drops to the ground afterward, but soon recovers to fly happily away. What is the angular velocity of the bar, letter A, just after it is hit by the bird, and letter B, just as it reaches the ground? We are analyzing the collision between a flying bird and a stationary vertical bar. We are assuming that the bird is a particle. Its mass is 0.5 thousand kilogram, and its center of mass is initially moving with a horizontal speed of 2.25 meters per second towards the stationary bar. The bar is uniform, um, 0.750 meters long, and has a mass of 1.50 kilogram. It is hinged at its base. It is hit by the bird 25.0 centimeters below the top of the bar. Our target variables are, in part A, the angular velocity of the bar, denoted by omega, uh, just after it is hit by the bird. And the other target variable in part B is the angular speed of the bar, denoted here by omega prime, just as it reaches the ground. So for a solution in part A, we apply the law of um, angular momentum conservation, right? So the total angular momentum of the bird and the bar system is said to be conserved. That is, it remains constant before and after the collision. So here, only the bird has an angular momentum before the collision. The bar has zero angular momentum since it is initially at rest. So, the total angular momentum, denoted by capital L, total, right, is just the angular momentum of the bird expressed as the cross product of the linear momentum m1 b sub 1, all right, linear momentum of the bird cross multiplied by its position vector r sub 1, right? Um, when we substitute the given quantities, we have the magnitude of this initial angular momentum of the bird, which we consider as the total angular momentum before the collision. That is 0.5 thousand kilogram times 2.25 meters per second and multiplied by r sub 1, where r sub 1 is just uh, 0.750 meters. That's the length of the bar, right? Minus 0.250 meters, all right? R sub 1 uh, here is considered the position vector of the bird, okay, before hitting the bar. So when you do our math, we get the value of the total angular momentum of the system equal to 0.565 kilogram meters squared per second in three significant figures. Before we can find the angular velocity of the bar just after it is hit by the bird, we first find its moment of inertia with its bar uh, or with its one end as the axis of rotation. So the formula for the moment of inertia of a bar, okay, is 1/3 multiplied by its mass and the square of its length, right? Or that is 1/3 multiplied by 1.50 kilogram and multiplied also by the square of its length, 0.750 meters. So when you do our math, okay, we find the moment of inertia of the bar pivoted at one end equal to 0.281 kilogram meter squared in three significant figures. So we can now find, all right, the angular velocity or the magnitude of the angular velocity of the bar just after it is hit by the bird. All right. So we just um, divide the total angular momentum of the system, which actually is the angular momentum of the bird before hitting the bar, right? Equal to 0.565 kilogram meter squared per second. And we will divide that by the moment of inertia of the bar, all right, computed as 0.281 kilogram meter squared. So when you simplify, we get omega sub bar equal to 2.01 radian per second in three significant figures. So this is our answer to question letter A, right? This is the angular speed or velocity, just the magnitude of the angular velocity of the bar just after it is hit by the bird. For our second target variable, which is the angular speed omega prime, or the bar's angular speed when it reaches the ground, it is the law of conservation of mechanical energy that we will apply, right? So this law, okay, says that the total mechanical energy, which is the sum of the gravitational potential energy of the bar's center of mass and the initial rotational kinetic energy, okay, is converted or transformed into uh, translational as well as rotational kinetic energies when the bar uh, reaches the ground. All right, take note, the bar will be rotating about its axis, which is the hinge. All right, so uh, its center of mass, okay, will have what we call um, translational kinetic energy as the bar rotates and approaches the ground. And at the same time, it also acquires a rotational kinetic energy, right? So at the initial point, okay, or we consider the initial point, okay, as the location of the center of mass of the bar, all right? And that happens to be uh, at the geometric center of the bar, since the bar has uniform density. So its center of mass or center of gravity, okay, is also at its geometric center. All right. And our reference in defining gravitational potential energy, of course, will be the ground level, right? So starting with gravitational potential energy, denoted here as capital U sub 1 meaning initial, is just equal to the product of the mass of the bar times acceleration due to gravity and the height of the center of mass from the ground, which happens to be 1/2 the length of the bar. That is, uh, capital U sub 1 is equal to 1.50 kilogram multiplied by G, 9.81 meter per second squared, and then multiplied by the height of the center of mass relative to the ground, 0.375 meters. So when we do our math, we find the initial gravitational potential energy of the center of mass of the bar equal to 5.52 joules, also in three significant figures, right? And then At the same point or initial point, all right, we say that the bar also has an initial rotational or angular velocity computed earlier. So as it rotates and reaches or approaches the ground, all right, uh, it's what we call translational kinetic energy, okay, which is, of course, increasing from the initial point, all right, up to the uh, reference level, which is the ground. So when it reaches the ground, okay, the bar has both translational and rotational kinetic energies. So at this point, okay, we need to calculate the speed of the center of mass of the bar just as it reaches the ground using the formula or the equation. Final speed of the center of mass, denoted here as v of the center of mass prime, okay, equal to square root of the product of 2 times acceleration due to gravity and the height h. Okay, initially, the bar, the center of mass of the bar has no translational uh, speed. It is 0. That's why the final translational speed is determined using this specific equation. That is, b of cm prime is equal to the square root of 2 times 9.81 meters per second squared multiplied by 0.375 meters. All right, this is the value of the height h. So again, when we do our math, we arrive at the value of the final translational speed of the center of mass, or v sub cm prime, equal to 2.71 meters per second, again, rounded to 3 significant figures. Right? Computing for the final translational kinetic energy of the center of mass of the bar, we use this formula. 1/2 times the mass of the bar and the square of its final translational speed, or the final translational speed of the center of mass, the bar. That is, translational k prime equals 1/2 times 1.50 kilogram times the square of 2.71 meter per second. And we get the final translational kinetic energy of the center of mass of the bar equal to 5.51 joules, rounded to 3 significant figures. And we also calculate the initial rotational kinetic energy of the bar. Take note that when the bird hit the bar, or just after the bird hit the bar has acquired, right, an angular velocity equal to 2.01 radian per second, computed earlier, right? So we find its corresponding uh, initial rotational kinetic energy equal to 1/2 times the moment of inertia of the bar, earlier computed also 0.281 kilogram meter squared, and multiplied, of course, by the square of uh, the initial angular speed, 2.01 radian per second, and that will be squared. So we get the initial rotational kinetic energy of the center of mass of the bar rounded to three significant figures equal to 0.568 joules. For the final rotational kinetic energy, all right, this is required by the center of mass of the bar when it reaches the ground. So we compute it using this formula. Rotational kinetic energy, or K prime, equals 1/2 the product of the bar's moment of inertia and the square of its final angular speed, omega prime. That is 1/2 times 0.281 kilogram meter squared multiplied by the unknown value of the final angular speed. Okay? And to be able to determine this value of the final angular speed omega prime, we go back to our equation for the conservation of mechanical energy. So on the left side of the equation, we have the sum of the final rotational kinetic energy and the final translational kinetic energy. There is no gravitational potential energy anymore because the center of mass is already at the ground level, which we have chosen as our reference. On the right side, of course, is the sum of the initial gravitational potential energy of the center of mass and the initial rotational kinetic energy. And since what we want is the final angular speed omega prime, we isolate this and come up with its working formula. Okay? So omega prime is just equal to the square root of the sum of capital U sub 1 and the initial rotational kinetic energy, or 5.52 joules plus 0.568 joules, and then minus 5.51 joules, which is the value of the final translational kinetic energy. When transposed to the right side of the equation, it becomes negative. That's why we have here minus. And then we divide this by the moment of inertia of the bar, 0.281 kilogram meters squared. Okay, so when you do our math, we find the value of omega prime rounded to three significant figures equal to 1.43 radian per second. This is our final answer to question letter B. Notice that this is much smaller compared to the initial angular velocity of the bar just after the bar was hit by the bird. And the reason for this is that most of the total mechanical energy of the bar, okay, it possessed initially, right, which is the sum of capital U sub 1 and the initial rotational kinetic energy. Most of this mechanical energy has been transformed into translational kinetic energy of the center of mass of the bar, right? Amounting to 5.51 joules. And only a small amount of the total mechanical energy has been left in the form of rotational kinetic energy. So on this note, may I say mabuhay. Till the next episode, MashaAllah. Thank you very much for your indulgence. Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Alhamdulillah.